Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Dan-A-Plooza. Today we have a very beautiful guest. Let's give a virtual round of applause for the very talented, very beautiful Lady Tart.
Hey.
Yay!
Hey.
And so for those watching and future watching, Lady Tartblood is a burlesque performer and fire performer. So make sure to go ahead and follow that. She has also been a student of Vixen DeVille, who we recently had on here. So everyone go ahead and follow Lady Tartblood on the Instagram. And now we move to the honor segment. So this is the part where Dan the Man honors his guests. If we had a lot of fancy animations, we'd have horns and flying elephants and whatnot. But we're Dan-A-Plooza, so we're just going to listen to Dan's words because we don't have all that fancy animation. So we would like to honor Lady Tartblood. She is an amazing woman. We've enjoyed her Facebook and or Instagram post. I know that she's got some really great posts and pictures and photos. Very excited to hear about the fire performance, because we enjoy people who can play with fire and make it look really, really good. It's hard not to sing the song "We Didn't Start the Fire," but we are very glad she's here. She's a very skilled performer, very talented lady. So we honor Lady Tartblood on Dan-A-Plooza.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now we're going to shift gears. Shift. Okay, so I'm now going to let Lady Tartblood decide how the rest of the show will go. So you have three choices. The first choice is how it can go is we could just do questions. The second choice is we can do impressions, or we could do the popular choice, the third choice, the mixed bag, where I do impression, question, impression, question. So I will let you choose.
We should just stick with the mixed bag if that's the popular one. That sounds good to me. Variety.
Yep, we'll pick the mixed bag. Picked like 96% of the time.
But it's good that you offer options.
Yep. All right. And today's Dan the Man Does Impressions will be from the video game realm. So let's see what impression we land on to entertain our wonderful guest, Miss Lady Tartblood. And it's Space Invaders.
Yeah.
So we're going to start. Some of you may call it old school. All right. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. And here we go. It's going too fast. Shoot through the shield. All right.
Very nice. Very nice.
Sometimes I'm tempted to use that if someone calls me like from a telemarketing or anything. It just
I think that's good. Yeah.
There is I don't know if you're a fan of Futurama, but there is an episode that they reference to for Space Invaders, and they are shooting the ships as they're taking over the world, and like Fry's shooting through the shield, and Bender's like, he's a madman, I tell you, he's shooting through the shield. And like they're like, you only got one left, Fry, and he goes, I can't shoot it. My brother always got it for me.
Nice.
But I don't know if you're a fan of that show, but it's hilarious because they have a whole montage. Like Fry will say, he goes, it's Friday night. I have no date. I have a 24-ounce box of Shasta Orange and my Rush mixtape. Like, time to play. So
I used to watch that. Yeah. It's been a long time, but
yeah,
yeah.
if you want, I can send you that clip. It's hysterical.
Yes. Please do.
And he retweets that often because on Friday nights he retweets that clip on his Instagram, Billy West, who I met, and he's a wonderful guy. Did you know that he did the voice of Fry, and then he also did the voice of Doug Funny and Roger Klotz and Doug?
No. No, I did not.
Yep. Oh yeah. When I met him, he did all three characters for me. It was it was quite a trip.
Well,
All right. Let's get to questions. I kind of want to know, how did you come up with the name Lady Tartblood?
I am so glad you asked that. I was starting my career doing some kittening and developing my act. And I was watching the Oblong Box from like 1969.
Okay.
Got Vincent Price and Christopher Lee in it. And, it's like set in the 1860s or something like that. And there's a madman running around, and uh, he murders a prostitute. And so the
Oh.
constable is like, they're at this crime scene, and the constable is telling his supervisor or whatever, like, he's talking about the murder, and he references the blood of the tart.
Ah.
Huh, tart blood. And then my friend was like, Lady Tart Blood. I'm like, there you go. I did like a quick Google to see, like, I really didn't think anybody else would have that name, but I was like, I'll check. And I only came up with like recipes for tart cherry cocktails or something. I'm like, okay, I think I'm clear. I can use it. Yeah.
Wanted to, but when I first heard the name, it kind of reminded me of like Shakespeare, Macbeth, and just the form of lady. Like I felt like it was very much from royal times. As soon as I had heard your name, I go, I bet there's some royalty link to it.
We can say that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Shall we spin the wheel of
Yes.
impressions? All right. It landed on Mario Kart.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. And here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh no, I fell off the rainbow. Do, 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 do. Here we go. Here we go. All right. And that's for Mario Kart.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, my last guest asked me to do the voices of them crashing. So
Oh, okay.
I go, I could really just do Donkey Kong and some of the other people, but Yoshi's a little hard. And
Mhm.
did you ever play Mario Kart?
Oh, probably a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah.
I was usually Luigi and Wario.
Nice. Nice.
Okay. So what I want to know next, is what are some of your favorite burlesque performances?
Mine or other people's, or
Yours.
mine? Um, so I think my favorite one was one that I had done virtually. It was my second performance. And then my first live in-person performance, I did it as well. And it's more like 60s horror. It's based on a Barbara Steele character from some cult horror movie. I think Christopher Lee's in
Okay.
there too. And I have a really, really talented friend in San Francisco who does like headdresses and wigs and stuff. And so she did the headdress from the movie that it was like 6 weeks. That's all it took her, and it looked exactly like it. And I liked it. I liked the performance because I was a little more comfortable then, but I was also able to include some like political statement as well as humor, and that was a lot of fun to do. To and be sexy too, right? So I really enjoyed that one. Yeah. And the song I used is a Sean Lennon song, and it sounds like almost like a lullaby, but it's called Dead Meat, and the words are about revenge, getting revenge. So I like that kind of juxtaposition. So that was fun.
It does. I'm trying to remember. So it was virtually. How far back was it?
That was almost 4 years ago. So
Okay.
2021. Yeah. And then like in February, and then September is when I did it live. Yeah.
Okay. Just trying to see if I saw. It's hard to remember because I've seen many virtual shows. So I was just trying to remember. Did I see that? Did I not? Maybe.
Yeah, when I was starting out, I had started to kitten right before pandemic, and had taken a class of vixens, and then lockdown happened, and then I was taking an online class of hers and watching tons of shows, which was really inspiring. But I'm like, was that Burlesque and Chill, or was it Lola Boutte, or was it like there were a bunch of other ones. There were the uh Bootleg Bombshells. I don't think they're doing anything right now, but yeah, yeah, too many. It was
Yes,
great.
there was Burlesque and Chill. Fanny had hers. There was Bubblegum, Burlesque, and then La Petite Mystique had their thing going.
Hmm. Hmm.
So,
That's another one.
alrighty.
Yeah.
Let's see what impression you get. And it is Duck Hunt.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Doom, 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 doom. Ooh. All right.
Nice. Very nice.
Thanks. That's the best I can do for that one.
It's a
All
very
right.
cool duck sound. I grew
Oh,
up in Minnesota, and I was around a lot of a lot of ducks on the lake.
it does. It helps because like I used to fish in Wisconsin back when I was a child, and I would hear the loons and
Mhm.
the ducks, and then so not only was a fan of the ducks and then the Mighty Ducks, so like it's my father's last name, his last name was Duck, so ducks have been around in our family quite a bit.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. Uh what is your dream burlesque character you like to perform as?
So this I came up with two. It was kind of a tie, and they're a little bit dated, but I really liked the character of Lilith from The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, specifically
Oh, okay.
the episode where she's wearing this really beautiful green like gown robe thing. But yeah, she just like, what am I trying to say? She's very powerful, dangerous, but very, I don't know. She just the actress who had that role just like really sunk her teeth in it. She was amazing to watch. But I also really liked Marianne Forrester, the Maynard in True Blood. Like
Ah.
also a very strong, dangerous, kind of crazy woman. Not really woman, but Either one of those, but really, I think the Lilith one would probably win out if I could figure out how to get that robe together, because it's really great.
Okay. Do you have a question for me?
How long have you been doing this, your podcast?
Yes, I've been doing this since May on Memorial Day 2021.
Okay, so a while, yeah.
Yes, it's been a amazing journey. I used a lot of my friends when I first started, and we only did 10-minute segments because I didn't know what to do at first, and then eventually it grew longer. But yeah, I interviewed like 5 or 6 people when I first started, and then it grew. I did 48 guests the first season, 84 second season, 66 third season, and then last season 36.
Wow. Okay. That's good.
So long time kicking.
How did you get into having burlesque performers and fire eaters? Like, you started off with friends and then you expanded, or you had friends who were doing burlesque and fire eating?
So how I shifted into that is I first interviewed some of the burlesque performers that lived in my area.
Okay.
And then when I started attending the virtual shows, I said, do you want to do my show, and give it a shot? And at first I interviewed just a couple, and then it kind of caught on, and then we had burlesque panels, and it really kind of caught on, and now we do a burlesque panel every year, so that way all the women can network together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's great.
So I think it's important for them to be together. And I kind of like it because, burlesque doesn't do well in the area that I live in. It just doesn't, because it's a small rural town. It just doesn't sell here as it does in Pittsburgh, Columbus. Nobody really kind of like does shows here just because it doesn't bring in like a big crowd.
Sure. Yeah.
Because the main problem that the burlesque group had that I knew that sometimes the venue didn't want to pay them a lot of money for
Mm-hmm.
doing the show. So
Yeah.
I heard sometimes that can be an issue.
Yes. Yes. It can be.
All right. Let's see what the next impression is for Miss Lady Tartblood. Okay, can't do duck hunting twice.
Nope.
Can't do Space Invaders twice. All right, it's Mario Brothers.
All right.
You ready?
I am ready.
All right. And here we go. And ding 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 and then you would jump on the flag. And then that evil sun. Ding 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 ding. All right. So that's it for Mario.
Very nice. Thank you.
All right. Let me get to my next question. What do you like most about burlesque?
For me personally, it has been really helpful to be more accepting and loving of my own physical self and feel like I have ownership. Because I suppose, like a lot of people, I got a lot of mixed messages growing up about my body, my sexuality, especially being I think especially being a girl, but I know that boys get that too. You know, just a lot of mixed messages, and I was never really comfortable with myself and felt sort of oddly disconnected from myself. So I've only been doing burlesque for about 4 or 5 years now. It's kind of a late bloomer stage, but but I'm glad. I mean, it's been really helpful to get to that point, and it's also it feels really inclusive, at least in the community I'm in, and that's really nice. It's really nice to see people supporting each other instead of being competitive or feeling threatened. It's very supportive.
It's good. I think that you. I haven't seen you perform yet, but I think that you probably bring a lot to the table, and you know, I think it's going to be really great for you, whatever events and venues, and you know, you are a very beautiful woman, so just
Thank you.
always keep marching forward.
Yes, yes.
You know, I'm a performer too, and you know, it's just life is a cabaret, you know, so you just gotta go with it. Do you have a question for me? I have a kind of theater background also, so
Oh, all right. Tell me more about that.
very well. So the first song I ever did was Akuna Matata at a talent show. I was 10 years old, and I beat my friends out who were going through uh, adolescence who could not sing Metallica Enter the Sandman. It was like the Chipmunks trying to sing the Sandman, you know. So I beat them because they were like, like, you know, it was very pitchy.
Mhm.
So I had the old cassette tape, and I used to listen and sing in my bedroom. That's when we still had the cassettes and roll it with the pencil. Um,
Right.
so uh, that's when I first started doing characters, and I sang Akuna Matata, and you know, I would do my Pumbaa voice, and you know, and then I would do the Timon, and then you know, and then Simba. Simba was the easiest for me to do, but I was so nervous. I would just walk in a line and do the character voices, just walk in a line, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, because it was like in front of the whole student body. So I was only 10 years old, so I would like do that. Um, and so with me and my friends next year, they wanted to sing a Boys to Men song. It's for like in fifth grade, and I go, no, I do not see that working out anyway.
Nice.
I'm like, first of all, we live in the suburbs and the cul-de-sac. I don't see us doing well with that song.
Mhm.
So then I moved here, and I was always into sports. And then my school was doing Joseph, and my mom has seen that musical 20 times. Like, I know actually all the CD recordings because my mom used to listen to it a lot. So when they had it at my school, I auditioned for that, and then I got cast in that. And then so it was like, and then we had also seen Donny Osmond perform, you know, so it was just like the acting bug. So I did Joseph, and then I did uh, a play by Elizabeth Swatows. It's called Runaways. All these kids run away from their problems, and I had my own song, and it was a challenge because I hadn't sang since I was 10. You know, now here I am 20, and then I had backup dancers like doopy doo doop doop doop
Nice.
doobie doo doo. And so what I told people is I'm not the best singer, but I will sometimes really act the character
Mhm.
to play that more and to entertain people more. Because there are some people who can, you know, I can hit like a G like every now and then, but you know, it's not in my repertoire. But so then I did all my acting in college. I did some after college, and then I started doing films. and it was interesting doing that shift and playing the character. And it was interesting because when I auditioned, they thought I could do 3 parts, and I ended up getting the 1 part. But it was just it was a challenge into that. But because I've been part of 4 or 5 different improv teams, we've had to think on our feet, do different impressions. So I feel like this kind of helps me into doing that.
That's great. Thanks for sharing.
Yep, I can tell you most of the time my team used to give me Harry Potter all the time, just because I didn't know Harry Potter back in the day. I know more now, but they used to just see what can Dan come up for 2-3 minutes of Harry Potter. And so sometimes what I would do to cheat out, I would just go poof and just do a big poof gesture to say that I was done.
Mm-hmm.
But it was hard because the first Harry Potter I saw was in English class, and it was in Spanish class. So the one time I messed with everybody and I spoke Espanol with Harry Potter.
Oh, that's great though.
So we were like, I don't know what Dan's doing because we don't speak Spanish.
Right.
But yeah, so that's always been a challenge, but it's done great for me. So as we wrap it up, I'm gonna let you pick. Do you want what impression would you like to hear, my lady?
Oh, I was gonna say Harry Potter in Spanish.
Doce nostro pata.
Hey, I brought up a list of some of these I don't recognize. Can you do asteroids?
Asteroids. I can give it a whirl. That's what you want, then that's what you get. All right. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
And here we go. Press start to continue. That's the why. That was just what I remember.
It's like playing the game.
Okay, is there anything else you would like to say as we wrap it up here on Dan-A-Plooza today?
I guess I'll say thanks for having me. This was a pleasure. And I look forward to seeing some more of your podcasts. Thanks everybody for checking it out. And hopefully I'll see some people soon in the venues.
All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up. I am Dan the Man, and okay. Oh, I think there was a time glitch. That's when I do too much asteroid, time can glitch. And yeah. All right. Yep, I threw it off. So that's on me. All right, so we want to give a round of applause for the beautiful Lady Tart Blood. Everyone stay tuned. One more guest for Dan-A-Plooza, the Vice President of Pinup and Pumps, Pepper Sharp will be here. So everyone take care and have a good evening.